Halo Infinite came out and I am quite literally over the moon. I have been waiting for this game since the last one came out, and I really couldn't be happier. The direction they went with the campaign is much appreciated, the core gameplay is so satisfying, and the multiplayer is great. But today, I'm talking strictly about the campaign because it's what struck a chord with me the most, and I just want to talk about it. Like I said, the sandbox is great. The shenanigans you can get up to in the new open world of the campaign adds so much to the Halo formula, and I could make a whole video just about that. But I really want to talk about this game's story specifically, and ask the question, is this the best one? Cause I think so. Listen, I love basically all of the campaigns. The OG trilogy formed this perfect union of how an FPS story should be handled. I mean, there's so many iconic set pieces and characters that make a mark on you. And then I also love how the Master Chief is characterized in Halo 4. His relationship with Cortana felt so heartfelt, and it was one of those games that made me go, whoa, video game stories can be like this? So why is Infinite my favorite? Well, because it literally takes all of those things and smacks it into one package. It takes that desperation of holding on to hope from the first trilogy and blends it with the sorrowful feeling of being lost from Halo 4. The story is so personal while also being a bombastic action movie. It reminds me of what I said in one of my previous Halo videos about how the series isn't tied to any one identity and it captures so many feelings. Chief here is still that kind of blank slate machine of war that we see in the first three, but also conveys so much feeling, unsurety, hopefulness, sadness, and regret. And it's not just the protagonist that gets all the love here. The side characters get so much time to shine. The weapon's innocence and sincerity blends so well with the pilot's anxiety and fear of what's out there. Not to mention the villain of the game, Escharum, who, instead of doing what most villains try and do, which is tearing that main character down, actually tries to hype you up to fight him. The dude wants to go out in a blaze of glory. And I can't go on without mentioning Cortana's kind of redemption in this game. It knows that what happened in Halo 5 wasn't ideal, and not what everyone wanted to see this character turn into, but it still has the courage to not shy away from that. It gives her the most natural progression it can, showing her literally blowing up a planet and then attempting to make one last decision to rectify her mistake in the end, which it just had me bawling. It's so self-aware and in a good way. It's about rectifying past mistakes both with the characters and with what's happened in the franchise. Jen Taylor is also amazing, by the way. She literally voices 3 characters in this game and makes them sound all unique. So once that was all done, and Halo Infinite had told me its story and the credits were rolling, now was the time to reflect. And while I was doing that, I asked myself the question, why is it called Halo Infinite? What am I missing in this franchise that would provide a meaning behind the title of the game? Could it be a nod to the years that 343 planned to support this game with content updates? Maybe, but I think it goes much, much deeper than that. I have discovered that the Halo mythos has a recurring theme of the past coming back to repeat itself. The enemy of the first 3 games was a parasite that was the literal embodiment of the Forerunners' past mistakes coming back to haunt us. The monologue Cortana gives at the beginning of Halo Legends talks about humanity's endless attempt to run away from war. No matter how technologically advanced we get and how far out we go into the stars, we can't escape the conflict that's been festering since before we were cavemen. We always find war. The embodiment of this is the Halo ring itself. It's a ring, a loop, endlessly spinning, trapping its inhabitants in a recurring cycle, both literally and figuratively. Escharum even speaks about this in his audio logs.
Did Cortana know about all this when she chose this ring? Did she expect it would be her doom also? As I look upon this endless world, that question consumes me.
This is what Halo Infinite, and in extension, the entire franchise is about. It's about trying to escape your demons in an endless loop. I mean, there are so many parallels. The Halo rings are the only thing preventing the metaphorical loop from breaking and the flood feasting on the galaxy. As long as they exist, the loop will be closed and the demons will always be on your tail. I haven't even gotten into how Cortana and the weapon mirror what happened with the Mendicant and offensive bias, but that would probably even confuse you more than what I already have if you aren't super into the lore of Halo. So I'll spare you for now. All of this in your shooty bang bang game. I'm sorry if this kind of came across like a ramble. I've just had so much going on in my head and I've been thinking about this game so much. But if I am to leave you with one thing, let it be this. Halo Infinite's story encapsulates so much of the potential of what a video game story can be and puts so much meaning into it. It's a love letter to the impact this franchise has had, and I can't wait to see what's on the horizon. So the video has ended at this point. You can click off if you want to, but I just wanted to give you guys an update as to why I haven't been posting frequently. And that is that I moved out. In real life, I mean. I left the home that I grew up in and I got my own place for the first time. I've been moved out for a little bit now, but it really threw me out of that video creation loop because I had to say goodbye to so many things. It was kind of mentally draining. I've been creating videos since I was like 7 or 8 in the same place, the same little box in my neighborhood. I got used to making videos without my parents knowing, or timing making video recordings when they were out of the house, and now I have to say goodbye to that. I'm growing up, and that's a mysterious feeling. There's a lot of things I don't know how to do. But the one thing I do know is, no matter where I happen to be, you guys are always welcome here. Make sure to leave a like if you do, subscribe if you're new, and make someone smile today, guys.